Howdy, folks, and welcome to another Saturday Night Paint and Chat. It's Saturday night. We're may or may not be painting. Right now, I'm working on putting flock on my M60s that I worked on last week or last time, and Reese is here doing a play test. So, and we may have a few others show up. Who knows? Walkabout was here about 5:30, saying "Heyo." Panther Shadow about 7:30. Howdy, folks. Panther Shadow says, "Don't mention the," and I'm not going to mention them, but I am going to say this: Go Chiefs. Oh, we do have McMurray. Welcome, sir.
What's up?
I, just before we came live, Chris Long says, I'm back. Muted Mike says, greetings. Telemachus, hello, folks. Richard Keening, hello, everyone. Percy here, hoy, 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 or hey, hey, hey. And Gamers with Coffee says, hey, boys, Greg's here, too. Let me do this real quick. Yeah. So, at the request of Panther Shadow, we are not mentioning that team from that large bay on the Pacific coast of the United States. Not sure why, but I mean, that's you ask, we do. So, but like I said, I will say, go Chiefs. So McMurray,
What's up?
apparently, apparently, Blue Caps changed their forest ground cover when they went from Blue Caps to Geek Gaming Scenics because it is a lot browner than the stuff that I had before.
Did you have pine forest ground cover before?
It just said forest ground cover, FG2001.
I don't know.
And the bag that you got me was just base ready forest ground cover. So I'm making it work. It's no big deal.
So it's more, the old stuff is more brown or it's more brown now?
No, it's more brown now. But it'll be okay.
I was about to say, because the forest ground cover is what I'm using on those St. Louisans. There's at 6 mil rather large chunks of redwood in there.
Yeah, no, there was large chunks of redwood, but I'm talking about the base matrix. There seemed to be more green, small green flock flecks.
Yeah, that's pine forest ground cover. I don't know when they swapped that up or anything like that, but yeah, that's pine forest.
Wonderful.
That being said, I can absolutely find you a pine forest, but yeah.
No, that's fine. No, I'm good with what I've got. I've mixed it up. I'm working with it. No big deal. Mike Berticelli is in the house. He says, "Go Niners."
Ooh.
Hey, everybody can like who they like. Everybody can dislike who they dislike. We shall find out in about 26 hours who comes out on top.
Are you going to watch that, or are you going to sit that one out?
We have been asked to join Jay and his family to enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm going to take my computer with me just in case I need to extricate myself from the viewing lanes um, and do something on my computer. No, I will not ban you, Mike. Like I said, you can like who you like, by all means. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape and wrapped around the axle if you like somebody that I don't like. That's what makes the world go round. Everybody likes something a little different. So there you go. Um, so anyway, Reese is kind of doing a walkthrough of his scenario, or a light version of his scenario.
Nice.
And I am basing my battalion of tanks. And it's not exactly easy at this scale.
Basing?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Because you can't just drop glue and dip. Yeah, I have to be very judicious with where I place the glue around the model. And then instead of dragging it through, I actually pick it up and kind of sprinkle it on like I'm putting seasoning on a steak. So, anywho, what are you working on tonight, Mr. McMurray?
I am painting up a shitload of Martians.
There you go, brother. There you go.
So I've got a whole load of them, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because while I was doing the weird yellowy brown flesh, I hit all of the crag Martians, and then I lightened it up and hit the canal Martians. So we've got all of the flesh on all of the Martians done, and then I went through and I did the armor on the canal Martians, and I'm finishing up the armor on the canal Martians because some of them are different. Unlike the last ones where I did like a gold armor,
Yeah.
I kind of went with what the Frank Chadwick Martians are supposed to be, which is black leather or leather that's then dyed black.
Right.
It's kind of black, real dark brown on some of them, a faded black to almost a gray on a few. So there's a little bit of variation in it, just to kind of better fit the entirety of the Space 1889 idea.
Right.
Just to be a little closer to the original intent there. But yeah, so now I'm painting the shields on the shield gunners right now, which is opposed to being the really, really coppery color last time was like a reddish metallic.
Yeah.
And also the speed paints, I thought it was going to look a little bit different than it did, but that's all right. But yeah, so it should make things relatively simple, and it occurs to me as I'm painting these that these guys look different than the other guys, so making a combined unit of shield gunners is going to look like dog shit. Fuck. I didn't think
It
about
happens.
that. Well, that's all right. There's going to be huge combined units because that's the idea is that there's going to be combined units so that I don't have, 3 of this and 3 of this. I'll have 5 or 6 of each type. So I'll have units of 5 or 6 guys who have spears, or rifles or whatever else.
Yeah.
But that's
So, all right. Well, Mike Berticelli says I'm actually a retired football coach of 20 years and don't really have a team. I watch football completely different than most people. Chris Long says, "Go hockey." You know what, Chris? I enjoy hockey. I don't follow it much. Of course, I don't follow football. I follow the Chiefs and I follow the Longhorns. Um, and if they're not, in the run, then I don't follow it. So I follow teams. I'm like that with basketball and baseball also. Um, and we've got Gamers with Coffee for a little while. Hi, guys.
Hello, guys. How are you?
oh, holy smokes, what's going on?
Not much, McMurray. Just living the life, I try to live the dream, but they keep waking me up, so
Well, sons of
can't think
bitches.
much.
You got to wake up at some point, or else it's not a dream anymore.
Yeah, true.
But
So,
what are you guys painting up?
Well, I am working on what I couldn't finish with Mini War Much Challenge. I'm just basically going to try to continue working on my militia guys, Wolverines, for the Team Yankee, because I wasn't able to complete them, so.
Oh, nice. That's a cool set.
Yeah, it's a fun set. Keegan has them too, but this way, if I have to play without him, I can do Russians against them.
Yeah, that's pretty slick. I liked that box when it first came out, and it's continued to be pretty slick. I really like that thing.
so how close to the look of the movie are they?
I mean, it's 15 mil, so it's not like you're going to recognize.
Well, they're pretty good if you paint the figures up. They're pretty much resemble the characters for the most part.
Which movie?
And now,
Red Dawn.
Yeah,
Now,
Red Dawn.
and
Like
is-
the original Red Dawn.
okay, I was about to say, is it like the real Red Dawn or that?
Yeah, that's how I refer to it, the real Red Dawn. I mean, I've seen the second one, but it's not the same as the first one when it came out. So
Aren't they fighting like the Guatemalans or some shit in the second one?
Cubans.
Oh, well, that's still pretty
But
bad.
it's Detroit, right? Detroit, and not Colorado.
Colorado made that
I
movie.
thought it was Colorado.
I don't know.
Nobody's going to invade Detroit. Not even the Cuban Intelligence Commission is that.
Yeah, the hardcore guys that run the cities, I think people will stay out of there.
I'm about to say, not even the Cubans or
Oh,
that.
it
It's
was
modern
the
intelligence.
Koreans. It was the Koreans in the second
Yeah,
film.
the second
Yeah.
one was Korean or Chinese or something.
Yeah, the second one was
Or the first one was actual Russian or German.
No, it was
Russian.
And Cubans, but yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Ash
looking at
on
the
Zombicide figure, so
militia group. Okay, yeah. Militia pickup.
yeah, you got the pickups, you got the group of Wolverines, and then I bought the it was the BMD Air Assault Battalion box.
Yeah.
That has the rip off of the McDonald's sign.
Right. Okay, so Team Yankee.
Where did she go? She under the desk?
I don't know.
No, she must have squeezed out. Okay.
Babysitting my daughter's dog. So
So it is the militia. They don't call it the Wolverine. They call it the militia group.
yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Because in the movie, that's how they referred to them, as the militia.
Well, and Wolverines would have them paying some studio a bunch of money.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Right. All right. Well, that's cool looking.
Little one, lay down, baby girl.
I don't know. It's just a little fun off the movie. So we like a lot of the tank armor type battles too.
Yeah.
So.
Oof. That's an expensive model. 15 millimeter Chinook for $33.50.
That's about what
Ouch.
about what I pay for my helicopters.
Yeah, yours is like 8 times larger.
Yeah, I don't have the only helicopters I got with any of the Team Yankee stuff would come in the sets. So
Yeah.
So
What are you picking up, Chris?
lay down.
A Chinook in my scale is about $150.
Chris, what are you
were you
paying?
I'm flocking my tanks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I should be painting Italians,
Ma'am, what's wrong?
Yep,
But-
probably.
but it's let's be honest, it's going to take me what, an hour?
Here.
I mean, you still got to do it at some point.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I will probably, since I've figured out what I'm doing on these now. I will probably set them aside when I run out of the glue that I have put out. Because unlike the larger models, I can't put the glue directly out of the bottle onto the base. I have to
Who's that for, Jesse? No.
put the glue into the reservoir and then put it using a stick to put it onto the discs. So, yes, the chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache.
the chair is against the wall.
We are not quite to D-Day yet. There, Percy. Holy shnikes! Hanger flying.
What's up, Bane?
Bane, how are you, buddy?
What a guy! He knocked out a bunch for the mini warm-up challenge, also. Actually,
So,
I think he's
Bane, when they're this small, you kind of have to base them.
he's playing 3 mil. They're teeny tiny.
Oh boy.
My 15 mil tanks, I don't base. And I don't have 28 millimeter tanks because I don't got that kind of room. Let's be honest. And yes, the bottoms are painted. So, all right. Well, that's good enough for now for that. So let's go ahead and put that away. I got 7 done. It's not going to take long. It's just going to, be a pain in the ass to work with. But that's okay. He says he's getting fat on the daily.
He's what? He's what?
Getting fat on the daily.
It's a good thing, right?
I would say so, yeah. Okay, I got to figure out that is one of the problems with 1/6000 scale.
What's that?
Figuring out what you actually have when you print it, and then you leave it for a little while, and then you come back to it.
That's why the recognition charts are a must-have.
Yep. And that's why I do go ahead and put the name of the ship and the country they're from on the back of my bases.
Oh, if you got the name, you don't need a country origin.
Yeah, but I like the flag, man.
Not only that, but you got for the most part, aside from like the U.S. and the British Navy, you should be pretty. Most of them aren't too tough. Like Italian ships have a fairly distinct look to them, namely
Right.
that they're triple turrets and not American designs. The British are either battle cruiser looking. The King George V's are really easy to ID because they've got, they're triple turrets, or they're three turreted, but that lower turret, or also known as the A and Z turrets, are the quads.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. Oh yeah, duh. Okay, there you got a KG5. You have R classes. Most of the Queen Elizabeths are out. So you don't have to necessarily worry about that as much. So most of the time, if you're looking at, well, I guess there are other Queen Elizabeths around, but the superstructure between the Queen Elizabeths and the R classes are pretty different. And then, I mean, you've got, Renown and Repulse, but they're battle cruisers, so I'm sorry, Renown's a battle cruiser, but yeah, so it's got that weird, A, they're doubles, they're long as shit.
Yeah.
And B, they've got the weird, like, building superstructure, not a ship superstructure looking thing like Hood does, where it's just the front is just a monolith as opposed to, being a stepped thing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's weird to try and describe, but once you see it, it's a really, really geometric kind of superstructure as opposed to, like, the polar opposite would be like Yamato, which has the weird, like, it looks like a pile of bubbles in terms of the superstructure. And that's before you get into, we don't have secondary battery turrets. We have secondary battery casements and everything. But,
Yeah.
you got it, Chris. You don't need to label them shits. Come on now. You got a number of turrets and funnels, and once you're there, it's kind of just, okay, here we are.
Yeah, well, the thing is, all of the Italian cruisers look the same.
True. That's fair. I was mainly referring to battleships. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
What if you're trying to differentiate between two Fletcher-type destroyers?
Well, luckily, for the purposes of the game, that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, you just remember where they are. But, I like to have
I was mainly
names.
giving Chris shit about not being able to just look at and recognize battleships as if he
Oh,
were
battleships I got. Battleships I
a
got.
torpedo bomber pilot.
Yeah. But, these Italian cruisers, they're a lot like the American cruisers from the 30s.
Very true.
They all look the same.
Yeah, it's because when your design is that limited, or your design capabilities are that limited by treaties, you can't necessarily. You know what I mean? By the time the Washington Naval Treaty was fixing to expire, everybody had kind of figured out the best way to do things within the confines of that treaty, and so everybody was kind of making really similar ships.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add that, it's being designed by the same Navy boards, and then it gets really, really close.
Right. Real quickly, Charles said he's finished his 2 orc boats. Tomorrow prime the sprues for the new orcs. Outstanding.
Nice. What scale are your orc boats in, Charles?
I think they're either 15s or 28s. I think 15s. I could be wrong. Chris Long says, I like how the decks on the Italian ships look. You what? Like fucking candy stripes?
Yeah, dude.
Peppermint candy cane?
Nobody's got time to get hit by your own planes. Yeah. Especially when the Italians didn't have a fleet air arm, so as much as friendly fire was a trouble for other navies, it was 18 times worse for them.
Right.
Like at some points, I'm pretty sure the Italian Air Force may have intentionally thought about targeting Italian ships. They were not fans of each other.
But the trains ran on time.
I mean, until the tracks started getting blown up.
Well, there is that.
That's what P-47s are for.
Exactly. Or if you're in the Pacific, USS Barb. But yeah,
Yep.
blowing up trains on mainland Japan from a submarine. Because fuck you, man.
I was just talking about P-47s over Italy, but yeah, Barb was cool.
Well, I mean, again, it's a submarine that blew up a train. That's pretty slick. I'm a fan of that. I'm here for that.
Isn't the Barb the one that had the captain who had like 5 successful not missions, 5 successful what are they called?
I have no idea.
He went out and did his patrols.
War
Had
patrols?
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Who knows? Ramage?
Let's find out. Yes,
Unless
that's
I'm thinking
Barb.
of. I'm pretty sure it's Barb. It might be like darterfish or something. I don't know. They're all named after fish, and that infinitely frustrates me.
Yeah, and there was like a billion of them.
Correct. There were a fair number of Gatos. It's Commander William Ramage is the guy that I'm talking about. I think it's William. I believe he was on Barb. I'm not 100% sure now. Now I'm second guessing myself.
Let's see. She had 7 war patrols in the Pacific.
And this is Barb.
Yeah.
Okay.
She sank 17 enemy vessels, totaling 96,628 tons, including the Unyo, whatever that is. Oh, a Taiyo class escort carrier.
Now, the heftier trivia question is, what is the name of the Gato that dropped Shikaku? Or Shinano. The largest submarine kill ever. Because damage control is ruthlessly overrated if you're the Imperial Japanese Navy, apparently.
Japanese aircraft carrier Shinano. Sunk by. Let me see if anybody's got a guess out there.
Oh, is that darterfish?
Nope. It is USS Archerfish.
God, I'm fucking close. I'll count.
You're
Archerfish.
We'll give it to you.
Slightly smaller projectiles. Damn it! I should have known that. I blame Brian.
The USS Gato class was the first mass-produced U.S. submarine class of World War II.
And it had AC, which not only sounds really nice, but also kind of like greatly contributed to their effectiveness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden everybody didn't hate it. It meant less food spoilage. It was a whole lot more sanitary. All kinds of everything was better.
Exactly. Let's take a look at ships in the class.
Think of a fish, and there's one name for it.
A total of 77 were built during World War II.
You should look up. Well, okay, I guess you should look up German U-boat production. And there's more than 76, but not. I'd be shocked if they doubled that, and that's just one U.S. submarine class.
One class.
And submarines weren't the U.S.'s number one priority in World War II, as opposed to the Germans, where they 100% were.
Yeah.
That's still a lot to produce, though.
It is. It's just always funny to hear and see U.S. Industry flex nuts on, entire factions of the war. Basically on the entire axis, in general. Because ultimately, when it comes down to it, we're still staring down the barrel of over 100 Jeep and kite carriers. Which is the funniest fucking thing I've heard of in a long time also. But yeah. Right, Reese?
What now?
Reese says right.
No, I said what now?
Yeah, exactly.
So there was a lot more U-boats built than I thought.
Yeah.
1,162 during World War II. 785 of them were destroyed.
There you go. Fair enough. I underestimated that as well.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Their most prolific,
Probably type 7 or 9, right?
um,
Or did Albert Speer kick it into high gear enough at the end of the war that changed?
well, now see, they're counting all of the weird little shit also. Type 7C. Well, let's just look at the Type 7 total. 703 of them.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you have the entire Type 7, I would imagine Type 7C probably beats out most of the other designs in general, much less
Oh yeah.
the entire Type
yeah.
7 variant class.
Now, keep in mind, this is from 1936 until for fucking ever.
I'm going to say, to be honest with you, the Germans were still trying to crank them out in 45, and, the yards were actively being taken, so it's not.
Yeah, there was a crap ton of them.
Correct.
Um,
Again, it didn't help that once the happy times, as they were called, were over, it was kind of like getting told, hey, guess what? You go to the Russian front on U-boats. Do you want to eat a little bit better and live for less time, or do you want to live a little bit longer and eat shittier?
Now they had
leave it to the viewers to guess which is which.
yeah, the Type 9s, they had 194 of those completed.
Correct. Longer range, and you're far more suited as like not a full blown fleet submarine, but it certainly could fit the profile of a fleet submarine better than the Type 7s could.
Type 21, you had one.
The 21s were fucking huge. That's what they were converting into the Milk II and all the everything else to try and refuel at sea and do everything.
Yeah. 118 of those bad boys. Yeah, they displaced 1,600 surfaced, 1,800 submerged.
The coolest submarines of the war were the French submarines, like Surcouf.
Oh, yeah.
I have a great idea. We're going to turn our submarine into a cruiser, and it's going to be super cool. I'm just kidding. It's actually going to suck. And then it's going to get sunk by the U.S. right at the start of the war. Sorry. Because our grand fucking idea for submarine is to put heavy cruiser grade weaponry on it in a vessel that doesn't have a conning tower, has no way to spot. And Jesus Christ, guys, come on.
Let's see here. No, I want. There we go.
It's like mounting a 105 on a Stewart chassis and then being like, yeah, go over there and play with all those Pack 40s, please. Have fun. Good luck. Don't die.
Yeah, this Surcouf. It's oh, man, why?
Again, it's a big submarine. It's a colossal submarine.
Oh
But-
yeah, her displacement was 4,300 tons submerged.
Yeah, like I said, it's got 2 8-inch guns on the damn thing. It's just the most improperly suited 8-inch gun platform that's ever existed. Like, you take river monitors, none of the river monitors ever had 8s, they had 6s, and then you had other stuff like, hell, take Lord Clive. Lord Clive's single 18-inch gun was better suited for that hull than those 8s on the Surcouf.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. What are you people doing? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Why are you the way that you are? But yeah, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Charles says the ships are about 60 millimeters tall to the top of the pilot house. 28s don't look too bad on the deck. So there you go, McMurray. It's a 28 millimeter.
Nice.
Front decks are a bit crowded with an oversized ballista.
What are you using as the base model, Charles? That's pretty cool, man. One thing, well, see, that's the thing, right? If you're trying to use models that you use in normal games, right? Like, personally, I like to base my 28s on 1-inch bases, but when I'm doing 28 like pirates or stuff like that I know I'm gonna have to cram onto a ship, I tend to base them on 3/4-inch bases, which isn't necessarily a bad thing until you start mixing the two of them up, especially once your 1-inch bases jump onto a ship, and then it's, ooh, this is weird. This makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, Mr. Reese, how's 5 core doing?
System is good. Scenario is good. It sucks right now, which it's supposed to, which is good. So, so basically, 3 Marine fire teams started on this edge, started clearing this block, encountered a sniper from this position, which shot and wounded a guy as they were clearing this house. So that guy's been evacuated, hence the casualty carrying figure. Then we encountered a civilian here. As we approached the civilian, got ambushed from this alley by a bunch of guys with AKs and pith helmets. So we returned fire. One of those guys ran this way and got more guys with AKs and pith helmets. And the civilian decided the best thing to do was run towards the guys with AKs. So now we have a bunch of guys lined up on the wall shooting across and a bunch of other guys lined up with a civilian in the middle. And I'm trying to figure out how my rules of engagement apply to the scenario. So, yeah.
Seems like you need to make use of the wonderful Vietnam era invention of the free fire zone.
Yeah, this is Way City. The rules of engagement are supposed to suck.
Chris Long says, did you guys see someone beat Mutt to the pass, as in Picacho Peak?
Yeah,
No,
leave him be. He was all bummed out. Leave him be. He still needs to put the game on.
Yeah, he does. Charles says the model is a puzzle. It's a wood puzzle boat kit.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Good to hear it. I look forward to seeing it in some of your videos, Charles.
Yeah, that'll be great. Something Donna and I did yesterday after work is she got 2-part epoxy resin and just a shit ton of molds for it, and one of the type of molds she picked up, she picked up 3 of them, is a full set of polyhedral dice.
Oh, cool.
So we poured our own dice last night.
Nice.
So we'll see how it goes. They will be fully cured and ready to pull out of the molds come Monday night. They got to go 72 hours. So we'll see. I will have them to show on next Wednesday's show. So we're gonna do a quick "Who am I?" So I'm not gonna give any clues yet. We're just gonna go ahead and start up.
Are you an American,
Yes.
Reese?
Are you male?
Yes. And the 12 watching can throw out some. Chris Long says he'll be right back. He is craning dinner. Where we're craning, that must be some Canadian damn thing. I don't know. Bane, he says, "Yo, McMurray, when you're doing your Hex gaming, what type of camera are you using?"
It's my phone. It's an iPhone 11, maybe. It was a new phone 3.5 years ago. And that's it. It works pretty damn well, especially if I put it into like an arm or a tripod where it can get a good focus and adjust for the light. I don't get many complaints about it. When I do, it's because my internet sucks, not because of the phone.
Telemachus wants to know, was he in a war? The "Who Am I" character. Yes, he was instrumental in a war.
Instrumental in a war,
Yes,
or was in a war?
he was instrumental in a war.
Did this individual serve in the U.S. military?
No.
Was he a politician?
Yes.
Well, that knocks Dan Sickles out of it. So
Yes, it
I'm out.
does. I thought about doing Dan the Man for you, but that would have been too easy.
Did I have to use a wheelchair?
No.
Just on the weekends when he was feeling like having some fun.
Right.
Let's see.
Panther Shadow says that narrows it down. Telemachus, 19th century. No.
20th century?
Yes. Not Roosevelt. Either one.
Did he get called a pussy by Truman?
No.
Well, it's not Oppenheimer.
No facial hair, Percy. No, he was not British. He was distinctly American.
We already answered that one. You guys are killing me.
It's Bane. You know how Bane is.
No, it's all good. Wait, we should have a
Panther
hit
Shadow.
now, right?
Yeah. Let's see. He was born in San Francisco, California. And that's all I'm going to give you right now. Bane said the feed died and he had to reload. I'll give it to you.
There you go.
No, he did not design planes or ships, Telemachus.
Was he ever vice president?
No.
Sorry, I didn't know if it was my turn. I just got through it there.
No,
No,
you're
just,
good. It is.
just
I've
throw
asked
them
a
out.
bunch-
Just throw them out.
I've asked a bunch of questions. Was this person born in the 20th century?
Yes.
Okay.
San Francisco, California.
This person participate in, was the conflict they contributed to, was that the verbiage you used? Was that World War II?
No.
Okay.
I want to say it was Vietnam.
Yes.
See, now I really want to say Bob Hope, but he was also around, I want to say, at the tail end of World War II, wasn't he? No, he probably
Yes, he
was.
was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah,
definitely.
this person never served in the armed forces. Was a politician.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, we did establish this person was a politician?
Yes.
Yeah, Greg asked.
Oh, okay, appreciate it. Sorry, I missed that one.
No.
Okay, you have another hint, Chris?
Let's see. He served under 2 presidents.
Wasn't Kissinger? He was born
No.
overseas.
Yes,
Yes,
Bane, you got it. McNamara.
Messenger?
There you go.
Nope. Bane got it. McNamara.
Yep.
He was the 8th United States Secretary of Defense under Kennedy and Johnson,
Correct.
and was instrumental in the Vietnam War.
Is it because I said rules of engagement?
No, not at all. He was in office from April 1st, 1968, rather fitting, I think, to June 30th. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Oh, president of the World Bank Group. Never mind. He was in office as the Secretary of Defense from January 21st, 1961 to February 29th, 1968. Took a month off before he went and became the president of World Bank Group. Served under John F. Kennedy and Lyndon Baines Johnson. Here is a piece of trivia. Who, from 1963 to 1965, who served as the vice president to Lyndon Baines Johnson?
He didn't have one.
That is correct.
There was 2 years there we didn't have one.
From 63 to 65. I'm
Is that
coming
me?
across correctly. I have no idea, but it's from me. Hold on.
You guys hear me
I'm going
okay?
to mute somebody. Well, that's not me. McMurray? Yeah, I think it's McMurray. Yeah, McMurray, drop out and come back in. You're giving feedback and crackles.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Oh,
You know, he dropped out to. He'll be back.
it's all good. It's technology. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it don't.
Yep.
Well, I'm running a 2-camera setup, so I didn't know if maybe I was picking up off one.
No, not at all.
So
All right, you back there, Mr. McMurray?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, LBJ did not have a vice president
Not until he got
65.
elected, right? And then it was Hubert Humphreys, right?
Correct. Yes, it was Hubert Humphrey.
Yeah.
From
Hugh Doonesbury.
Minnesota, I think.
What?
I think he's from Minnesota.
Beats me. Who knows?
Oh, Wallace, South Dakota.
Base.
Uh,
Get miniatures, Chris. We're getting distracted. We're not painting and chatting. We're clicking around we're clicking around Wikipedia like doofuses and chatting.
Yeah, we do that.
Base to minis,
no,
buddy.
I'm not basing. I'm working on my Italians because those need to take precedent.
There you go.
I need to pull up my list of ships. Bum. I made a spreadsheet that listed all of the ships that I need for the Battle of Cape Matapan.
Speaking of R class, wasn't there an R at Matapan? Or the British battle at Matapan?
As soon as I find my list, well, that's the British. All right. So is this right? Yeah, I guess it's right. Barham, Valiant, and Warspite.
That's right. Okay.
You also had the HMS Formidable.
Yep.
The Ajax and the Orion. HMAS Perth, Gloucester, Bonaventure, Calcutta, Carlisle, and then a crap ton of destroyers.
Yep.
The Defender, the Decoy, the Greyhound, the Griffin, the Hotspur, the Havoc, the Hasty, the Hereward, the Ilex?
Ilex.
Yeah, I-class ship.
Yep.
Mohawk Nubian, Jarvis Janus, Jaguar, or as the British would say, the Jaguar, the Juno, and then Admiralty class HMAS Stuart, HMAS Vampire, and the Merchantman Thermopylae. Oh, very nice. Bain says you guys will be excited to hear that I'm going to dive into 10 millimeter North Africa World War II in the near future.
Nice.
Ooh,
Running
that should
around
be
with Pendrake and stuff. Toddy, that was one of Toddy's shifting World War II ventures was 10 mil at one point.
So is there a lot out there for 10 mil in World War II?
It's mainly Pendraken, but their range is pretty impressive. It's pretty widespread, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of 6 millimeter World War II, but
Absolutely. 6 mil and 15 mil were the two small scale options for a long time. Pendraken, like I said, took everything by storm pretty hard because their 10 mil line has been around forever, but it's pretty exhaustive. And then somebody was doing 12 because fucking of course they were. Callistra maybe, I don't know. But
It sounds like the type of bullshit that Warlord would pull.
yeah,
We're gonna make small shit, but we're gonna make it in scale 8 3/4 millimeter.
they've been teasing a tank game release, October or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be in 28 millimeter.
It is. I have no idea what it's going to because they
It's
have bolt action tank war. I don't know if they're going to turn it into like a what a tanker sort of thing or like the
I
Gale
think
Force 9 tanks.
I think it's designed to be, a tank on tank battle royale type game.
Yeah, which again, like I said, they've got bolt action tank war, and that's what that was designed to be.
Yeah.
But who knows? nobody ever did accuse Warlord of overthinking or thinking out their rules very properly. One thing that I was surprised to see was Mr. Wargaming over there, John. He was apparently he's in New Jersey for work and stopped at
Oh, yeah?
Mythos to play Mythic Americas, which I guess has separated from Warlord
I think so, yeah.
at this point. I have no idea. But I was interested to see that because he doesn't usually game in 28, and that didn't really seem like his jam. But he seemed like he was enjoying it, so that's good. I don't know how we got on that. Oh, Warlord doing Warlord.
Hey, how's John's eye doing? Does anybody know?
He's using both of them seemingly pretty good in that video, so that's reassuring because he hadn't talked about it too much unless he did it in the middle of one of his big, long AD&D streams. I don't always get through the entirety of those.
Yeah, I don't catch those streams as much as I need to.
I'm not necessarily a D&D guy, so it's kind of one of those. I don't, as much as you try and pay attention, sometimes it's just one of those, I don't know what's going on right now. But those are usually the ones I kind of turn on and leave running on my TV when I'm not paying attention so that he still gets a view and some watch time out of it, but I'm not necessarily as invested or capable of fucking understanding what the hell's going on.
Right.
But that's okay.
My brain is not wrapping around something right now.
What's that?
Anything. It's just not working.
His brain's not braining.
How is controlling more than 5 individuals at a time going?
I've got no problem with that whatsoever. It's the fact that I haven't worked a day less than 12 hours this week.
I know how that goes. Is it not a problem because you're familiar with the rules, or is it not a problem because it's not a problem?
It's not a problem because in combat phases you're only technically activating half your figures anyway. So with 12 figures, I'm activating 6.
Okay.
I think that's how it works. Yeah.
It'd be half.
Yeah. That's 6. Yeah. Cool. And I had a man get his leg shot off like in the second turn, and the guy who had to drag him out, they're both out of the game. So I'm down to 10 guys anyway.
Gotcha.
So has anybody else been watching Masters of the Sky?
No, because I don't have Apple TV, but I would love to watch that.
What Reese said.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I'm disappointed because I'm not, but I'm not bought in. I'm 4 episodes in, I think now, and I don't care about the characters.
Okay.
I'm not.
Is it a difference in acting skill to Band of Brothers in the Pacific?
No. The acting is superb. Everything is great. And I think what it is because we start off in the middle of this set of bombers flying from the States over to England, stopping in Greenland on their ferry trip over. That's where you start. So you're all, like in Band of Brothers, the first episode, you're meeting all of the Tekoa guys, and you're meeting them like they're meeting themselves, right?
Right.
And feeling out who they are and whatnot. With this, you're jumping right in. And I understand you can't do it like you did with Band of Brothers because in the Army, a unit goes to basic training together. They go to AIT together. They ship out together as a cohesive unit. That's just how it was done. In the Air Corps, pilots and co-pilots trained on one base, navigators trained on another base, bombardiers trained on a different base.
And
And
then you point
then
your
they came together as a crew and had like a couple of weeks of hey, this is your pilot, this is your co-pilot, etc. So I get you can't do what you did with Band of Brothers, and you know you're focusing on roughly the same number of people because you're dealing with um, a squadron of a bomber squadron, but it's still a little it's disjointed because you've got these 10 guys in this airplane and you got these 10 guys in this airplane and these 10 guys that are going on this mission, these 10 guys didn't go on that mission, and it's just I'm watching it for the airplanes. um Percy says Band of Brothers was catching lightning in a bottle. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that it's bad in any way, shape, or form. It's quite good. It's just I don't know. It's just I'm not. You know, when I see a B-17 get knocked out of the sky by FW-190s, it's not as devastating as seeing Muck and Pinkala get a spoiler alert, guys, for a show that's been out for 24 damn years.
Well, and for two guys who got hit by, German artillery during the Battle of the Bulge coming up on 80 years ago.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, Muck and Pinkala get it from German artillery in the Battle of the Bulge. That was a shock. That was because you
didn't read Dick Winter's book.
Well, but it was because you knew those characters. You got to see those characters interact with the other guys.
It was a gut punch, whether you knew it was coming or not.
Right, exactly. With this, B-17s are going to go down like fucking mosquitoes into a fucking zap trap. But because there's not an interaction, the only interaction you seem to have with these air crews is either when they're in the ready room getting the briefing, or they're at the O Club. You do have some interaction with them, in the air, talking amongst themselves in the bomber. But I can't even tell you character names. I know two. One is, and I just know their nicknames. They're two majors, Buck and Bucky, and they were actual pilots of B-17s in the 8th Air Force 100th Bomber Group or Bomber Squadron. I looked them up. They're based on true, real people, but I'm watching it for the airplanes. Now, the visuals are beautiful. The sound is great. I'm not buying into the characters. I don't know. And I shouldn't say I'm not buying into them. It's just when something happens to them, it doesn't seem to be as, I don't want to say traumatic because it's really not traumatic, but it's not, like you said, it's not a gut punch like it was with in Band of Brothers.
Yeah, I also feel like with the 8th Air Force, you just see so much death and destruction. I'm assuming because of how many B-17s got shot up, how many gunners got killed. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's got to almost numb you to it at some point.
Maybe that's part of the point.
Yeah.
So now they did show. I guess there was one mission where this bomber squadron or bomber group was going up, and it was part of a 3-group mission where they all took off from their individual bases, which were supposed to form up, and they were hoping to be able to get to have fewer casualties, loss of ships,
Mm-hmm.
because there was going to be like damn near 400 bombers up in the sky, and the Luftwaffe just wasn't going to be able to throw them all up. And it wasn't the Bremen raid. It was a raid prior to that.
Was it Big Week?
Oh,
Was it
Schla- no, not Leipzig. Schleswig. Fuck, I don't remember.
Leisvig, Holstein, maybe. There's all kinds.
Yeah,
of
it was
different places.
Holstein. Yeah, they were going after the ball bearing factories.
I'm sorry. That narrows it down.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they it was the first time they had specifically gone after the ball bearing factories, and the one group that were following was flying all. They flew over deep into Germany and then south and flew all the way to North Africa.
Wow.
And I'm just thinking to myself, and an airplane that does at best 160 miles an hour, flying from north of or east of London, or not east of London, but in east of England, East Anglia, all the way to Tunisia. Just insanity.
Boy, howdy, you got to piss when that's done.
Oh God, yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think didn't you have a piss tube in the cockpit?
I was just fucking with him. I was just being a smart ass.
Sorry, I wasn't sorry.
100% sure that there was piss somewhere all over B-17, whether it was where it was supposed to be or if it was just somewhere.
Well, that
I wonder
was
if the German ever got hit with frozen pee as it fell from the sky.
that was actually one thing that they talked about on the first in the first episode. They showed one of the I think it was one of the ball turret guys. He had to pee, and so he did, and because they were at fucking 20,000 feet or whatever it is, it froze to him, and his flight suit froze to his skin. So that yeah, and then there was another one. Maybe it was a different plane. I don't know, but it was the tail gunner, and his something got jammed. The gun itself didn't get jammed, but the mechanism to maneuver the guns in the pumpkin. Well, it wasn't a pumpkin turret because these were E's. But he couldn't depress or something like that, and he couldn't get his hand down into where it needed to go because of the gloves. So he took his gloves off and put his hands on the 50, and his skin froze to the gun.
Oh,
and he pulled them off. Yeah, it was. I mean, stuff like that. It's that's what I'm there for. As to which guy it was, I don't
Sounds
know.
like a pretty minor character, to be honest, because it's not like he's going to be on there very long doing that shit.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was the tail gunner for one of the majors, one of the the main guys. But after that, he was he took him a while to heal up. Um, I'm enjoying it. It's good. I like it. It's just I'm not, like I said. It's even though it's Spielberg, even though it's Tom Hanks producing. The cinematography is great. The special effects. I can't tell when it's a CGI B-17 and when it's an actual B-17 taking off or flying overhead, um, because there are very few of those left in the world.
Even fewer now.
Yeah, after Texas Raider got knocked out. Um, yeah, the production value is very high. The acting is very good. One of the two majors that you're following um, was the guy who played Elvis in the movie Elvis that just came out recently. So, like I said, quite good. I liked it. It was enjoyable.
What are you doing?
Still fun. So,
Seriously?
yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we're watching my daughter's dog tonight. Something funny kind of happened. I just waiting for a chance to tell you. I had to go out to answer a phone call. And I have a mouse trap in the kitchen, and the dog went over there to get the cheese off it, and it snapped on the dog. Dog just jumped back, panicked, and then went over and tried to get the cheese off it after it had sprung. I don't know.
Dog likes its cheese,
I thought it
man.
was hysterical. I was like, oh my God. Didn't hurt her or nothing, but she's an Australian
Mini.
Shepherd. Yeah.
Yeah.
A what? Australian
She's
Shepherd?
a mini Australian Shepherd.
Ah,
The things that happen.
what's its coloring? Is it blue merle,
Brown and
red
white.
merle?
It's a nice brown, yeah.
It's a red bye.
Yeah, it's got a reddish brown to it. I'm not a dog expert, but it's a reddish brown. So, Ash, if you didn't know, the dog tripped the mousetrap.
I just heard you.
Yeah.
Has anybody watched Greyhound?
I have yet to do that.
What's that?
I have yet to do that.
It is now that is really good. Um, whether it's accurate at all, I don't know, but it's quite intense. Which is rather odd being on a ship. You wouldn't think they would have tents.
Ha 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 ha.
Meandering Mike said he saw Greyhound. What'd you think of it, Mike? I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I also am thinking about it when I've played the Hunters. It comes to mind when I'm the German sub going after it. And there's a new game coming out from Compass that you are a destroyer escort in the North Atlantic. You're a British ship. It's a solo game. I guess it's supposed to be coming out in March. It looks pretty good. What you painting there, Ashley?
Tomiko from Zombicide.
Because that looks like somebody wearing a Bugs Bunny hat.
Basically.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right.
Tomiko, whatever, the psychotic bunny.
Yeah.
Go figure. Zombicide has a psychotic rabbit.
I think this is, what season is this? I don't know. 2, maybe?
You could be dead on perfect with what season it is, and I wouldn't know the damn difference.
I have no idea.
Brian is the Zombicide expert.
Yeah.
He would know.
He has all the seasons.
So these ones are where you have
yes.
like a human-looking one, and then you got like a zombie one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Charles, Atlantic Sentinels. That's it. It's by what did I say? Compass Games. And it's supposed to be coming out. Supposed to be coming out soon. They got, here's one for you, McMurray. Spanish-American War, 1898. It's got a ship blowing up on the cover.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Yes, it sucks.
What sucks? Why does it suck?
I just got like 2 more squads of NVA that just popped up.
Ah. That's no bueno.
No. Well, the good news is first squad's only got 3 people in it.
Well, there you go. So how does that work then in the game?
Which part?
So you said when you activate, you're only activating half at a time. So
Okay.
you've got 3. Do you decide to activate 2 and then 2 this time and 1 next time, and then?
So it is a Hollywood cinematic activation system, is the way Nordic Weasel puts it. So you're always activating half rounded up. So out of a squad of 3, you're always activating 2 guys.
Okay.
If you choose to leave 1 guy on Overwatch the entire time and just run around with 2 guys, cool. If you want to leapfrog them, cool. It's not a half and half system, because the guys you don't activate can still interrupt other people's turns with either snap fire, guard fire, or make calls for support, evac stuff. So,
All right.
we've got that going for us. So.
Okay. In answer to Panther Shadow's question, does anyone know why Greyhound was only made for Apple? Why limit your audience like that? Because it was made by Apple. Just like
Killers of the Flower Moon.
right. But I was going to say Stranger Things. You can only see Stranger Things on Netflix. Netflix made it. It's only going to be available on Netflix. Now, I do believe that eventually it may come out on Blu-ray, so you can get it that way. But yeah, Apple, just like Masters of the Sky, will only be able to be seen on Apple TV Plus. Just that's the way it is. So Atlantic Sentinels should ship late February or early March. Yes, very soon. Supposedly, you can possibly link it to Hunters. I don't think it would be a direct link since they're made by two different companies. Hunters by GMT and um, Atlantic Sentinels by Compass Games, but I could be wrong. I could be talking completely out of my ass here. It won't be the first time I've ever done that. Definitely won't be the last. Um,
Taking a break to eat dinner, but I'm still going to be on here.
all right. No worries. Yeah, it looks like you can do a early order or pre-order for it for $56. It's going to retail at $69.
Still talking about that Compass Destroyer Escort game?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Fleet Commander Nimitz?
I have not. The Sam Mustafa game?
Whichever.
Or no, the DVG. The DVG
Yeah.
game. I got it out, and I started on it. And got sidetracked, as one does. So I need to pull it back out. It looked interesting. Okay, Manager Mike says Greyhound is available on DVD. So yeah, so if you want to see it and you don't have Apple TV, you can buy it. Still working on the Martians.
Oh yeah, there's
Mr.
like
Bigmer.
50 something of them. So yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
Oh yeah. Okay, Alpino.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So just one of those things. Be doing it for a while. I'm hoping to get them done this weekend, though. To be honest with you, putting on one demo game of my March to Victory scenario a week from Monday on President's Day, and then I will hopefully be putting on another demo of it another time before March to Victory, just again so we can iron out any issues that may come up. But at least the President's Day game should be a full game. Not abridging anything, not cutting anything off. It should be a full run. The only concern will be if I can get cards done and done and then drafted or whatever and then printed all by then, which shouldn't be too big of an issue. It's just going to be a pain. I'm not the best at all of that nonsense, but yeah. So other than that, though, if I can get these miniatures done this weekend, then I at the very least can get all that blocked out. The terrain is pretty much done. I printed a couple craters to toss on there because I'm not sure I necessarily want to build a bunch more big rock formations.
Right.
But craters should be relatively at home in that setting, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Mutt, you got the link. Hop on, buddy.
Please do, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
Please do, Brian. But yeah, so that should be I mean, that's going to be very fun. It's a good group of guys. Maybe even a couple that could be playing it later again at March to Victory, which would be entertaining. But yeah, so yeah, spreading the word, evangelizing the March to Victoryness and whatnot. So
Nice.
nothing particularly new there, but yeah. This first one will be slightly more private than the other demos, which will be at Miniature Market or Game Night. You know, so there's plenty of people around.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome, Mutt.
What's up, buddy?
It's just cold. Digesting portillos right now.
Oh, it's cold. It's 63 degrees. Oh,
It's 48, man.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
It is cold.
So
It's 37 here. I think we got up to 44, 45 today, maybe a little higher.
that was our high. Got to 52 today. It was just cold, but then we're supposed to be getting in the 70s here again.
Oh, we got up to
What?
46.
Snow level dropped down to like 3,000 feet, and it's just pretty cool seeing all the desert mountains covered with it right now.
Flagstaff should have got snow then, huh?
Flagstaff has over broke a record of 3.5, 4 feet.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So yeah, Prescott, which is a little bit closer down, they got 3 feet too. We got hammered here with the big winter storms, man. So, but anyways, yeah, we keep our temperature at 68 for the low in our house. So, it's chilly. So, gotta save on that gas bill. So,
Charles ordered some more stuff from Wiley Games. Good to
Nice.
hear, Charles.
yeah, I did too.
I was about to say that card sale was going on for another day, so get on there. It's buy one get one half off
Yes.
for the cards.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
took the dive in and got the regular core set cards and something else. But anyways, it ended up to where they're sending me the freebies now. The dice tray.
all right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, woo. Oh, and I got the fistful of lead, the expansion scenarios. I thought I had it, I didn't. So I was like, crap. So
Oh, there were loaded scenarios. That second.
yeah, I already got the reload second edition, the additional scenarios or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, the second one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
now until it comes out with something new. So,
Well, hopefully not too long.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Ashley's still trying to paint.
Some of us-
Fine.
yeah, some of us are quite successful at painting, Brian, unlike yourself, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, I've been painting like a madman, buddy. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know it takes time to learn how to finger paint there, but
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I'm still finger painting faster than your traditional painting, so maybe you ought to give it a shot there.
Yeah. Right now, I'm painting up Kevin Costner. So
As what?
it's his Undead or Alive Zombicide. Rob is his name in Undead or Alive, but it's Kevin Costner from the movie. Oh gosh, just slipped my mind. With Robert Duvall.
Kevin Costner movie.
Open range.
Open Range. There you go. Yeah. So it's him dressed up as Rob or whatever.
One of the best Western gunfights set to film.
Yeah, I could watch Open Range over and over and over. Tombstone. Ooh, Tombstone's coming out again. So
Tombstone's pretty good too.
So
The original Magnificent Seven is on Prime right now, too. Saw that today.
ooh, well, I got those guys. Undead or Alive has those guys too. So got all these Western characters to paint up. So gotta get some characters going here. You saw my Freddie Mercury, right?
I did.
Yeah. So, for the Black Plague series. So,
Are you ready, Greg?
Oh yeah, kind of. Not sure
Gotta
what
find a
happened,
date.
but yeah.
So, because if it gets into March, there's only one weekend I'm probably available. So, but I know 22nd, 23rd is the victory.
Yeah.
And stuff, but anywho, they can't do it tomorrow. It's Super Bowl. Ain't happening.
Why not? Let's do it.
Super Bowl ain't happening. Yeah. But yeah, you still got your 3, and Greg, you got your 1 dude. You got what's his name? Mad Eye. I don't think you guys are gonna survive this one.
Well, given that you're in the very unique position to kind of decide that based on how obscenely difficult you make it for us,
That'd be fun.
it's an interesting hot take. And by hot take, I mean it's an interesting thing to tell us.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking crap. Oh.
You would never talk crap.
What? So what's everyone doing, man? What's everyone painting? What's going on?
Hey, look, the guy who just showed up and is starved for attention is now demanding we explain things to him. I'm painting
Right.
Martians. Reese is testing his Fistful of Lead scenario. Greg and Ashley are painting. Chris is fucking around on YouTube or Wikipedia. And
No, I just glued magnets onto one of my bases.
Oh, dude, if Reese wants to test play his game the right way, why aren't we not playing it?
He's making sure he's got the rules down.
Well, we need play testers here. I say it's time to big size him, and we play the game.
You all want me to reset it?
See what I did there, McMurray?
it is 8:32 at Brian's house right now, which means we've got about an hour and a half before he says, "Oh, it's time for the recliner. Eat some cereal."
No, I got stopped in the cereal thing. Try not to eat after 10 o'clock.
There you go.
Because I got to get my beautiful figure back again.
Where did you leave her?
I know. Anyways, you didn't get that joke, man.
Which one?
My dad joke there.
I did. It just wasn't that good.
Oh, shut up. I still like that other one, man.
If y'all want me to reset it, I will. Otherwise, I'll keep going.
What game is this again?
What'd you say?
What game?
It's 5-core. So it's based off of 5 Men in Normandy. It eventually got developed into a bunch of other things, and then 5 Parsecs from Home, and then 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, and all that fun
Oh, you're mixing it all up with those, huh? All
stuff.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Just one miniature piece, or what?
No,
Fire team of 4 apiece.
I mean, am I responsible for one character?
No,
4.
you're responsible for 4 people.
Oh, 4. Okay, 4.
There you go, Brian.
Hey, you did the bunny. The cosplay one.
realize-
That's good.
I didn't realize the bunny was.
Half naked chick.
Yeah, it's a half naked chick. She's got underwear on, and the top part got ripped off, or the bottom part got ripped off. Yeah.
You just need a guy in a smoking jacket now.
So, pretty cool.
and a pipe. Panther
Panther
Shadow says,
Shadow.
taco time.
Taco time, yep.
What about tacos? Oh, hey, Panther. Just saw the chat there. Who's all in the chat? We got Meandering. Is he still meandering around, or is he back?
Yep.
Uh,
Charles is here. Meandering Mike's here. Panther
Oh.
Shadow's here. Telemic here.
Chris Long will be returning at some point.
Yeah, Chris Long will be back. Percy.
Oh, yeah,
Percy
Bane sighting, dude.
We
Yeah,
did have a
Bane's
Bane
here.
sighting. Bane was hanging out for a minute. He was talking to us.
Wow.
Uh,
Bane sighting.
Charles is here.
Percy. Percy.
Richard Keenan is probably out there. Mike Berticelli was here earlier, if he's not still.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a pretty good day for the texture, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it has been.
Oh, my goodness.
See what I tell you guys?
Yep.
Murray, you sound tired.
Huh?
Sound tired, Murray.
I'm painting,
sound
buddy.
tired.
Remember that thing you do with the
It's
brushes and the little
supposed to be like a white rabbit or something.
pots and stuff, and then all of a sudden your miniatures are prettier and you can play with them? Remember that thing?
Yeah, I go in spurts, man. Oh. I tell you what, I know our minion's not watching this. So anyways. So, doesn't understand. I guess he had a hard time living or something, but whatever. I'm putting that Queen Freddie Mercury in that one. I think that should qualify for a famous person.
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
He's died in
If not, you can always say it's Remy Malek.
There you go.
So, yeah, Rami Malek, yeah. He did do a good job being Freddie Mercury, man.
He does
He
a
did.
good job being odd people. And
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury's a pretty odd person.
Yeah.
He did really good at Night at the Museum.
What's up,
He did well at Night at the Museum.
Oh, yeah, when he was the, what's it called?
Pharaoh? He was like Ramses
Pharaoh.
or something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telemachus
That was
is
like
here.
Achman
No
Law.
one likes the dust.
What'd you say?
Oh, because no one bites the dust.
You did a really good job in the Pacific also. He played the part of Snafu pretty perfectly.
Somebody, well, I totally forgot about Greg and your guys' pictures on that result thing. I'm sorry about that. And, but
What?
then some not J channel, he didn't put his finished pics anywhere to put in the group result video, but that's okay.
See, the issue is I sent you good pictures that I took, and then you just took a picture of your computer screen when I had all my miniatures up on it.
Yeah, you did you really send me? I'm looking
I did.
right now. There's so many people and stuff, and
It's all good. I just like giving you trouble.
so was it the personal channel?
I have no idea. It was probably wherever you reminded me, so there's any number of places it could have been.
Yeah, it wasn't that. I don't know where it was. Oh well. Anyways,
Doesn't matter. It's on
it's
there.
down like 3 or 4 dudes.
It's on there.
So, oh man, sending that drawing it cost me $30, man.
Oh, to get it across the pond?
Got $30 for First Class International.
Yep.
And it's funny because they denied my first box, which was only 9 inches in length, 2 inches in height, and 7 inches wide. Small. And they're like, no, can't do that. I had to put that box inside a 12 by 12 by 8 inch box.
Jesus Christ, that's why it cost you so much. God damn.
It's bigger, and that made it qualify for First Class International. And then the lady had the nerve to say, "Well, we can't send the Global Express for $88." No, I don't. Whatever.
It gets expensive, Brian.
Well, it's stupid because a smaller package, if it's a smaller package, it's easier to handle is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Less space, all that. No.
I sent just a helicopter, a 15 millimeter helicopter to David Axanix, in Canada. That was about that price. And then when I sent something to Tyler, it was like $56. I'm like, God, that would fill up my tank. I could drive to Canada from where I'm at for that.
Oh yeah.
Then it took them 3 months to go through their entire ridiculous inspection stuff for the poor guy to get it. It was just, that's just crazy.
Jeez. Just ridiculous. I mean, I still got one more doozy to do, and that's the Australia one.
Ugh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it
whatever.
cost me $30 to send Paulie a shirt back in the day.
Well, see, I'm sending that rule book out there, so I'm hoping.
Cool.
Who knows?
Good luck.
Whatever. Now, Reese, is this for your victory set?
Yeah, this is for March to Victory.
All right. Cool. I have to admit that dude that did the Picacho peak, he did a pretty decent job. So. There's
It
long-
does not absolve you of your obligation.
I know, but I was trying to get it right because, historical miniature war gaming, you have to be, perfect. So, and that's why I was humming and hawing by getting that Old Glory stuff because they do have I already told you the infantry that would be used for that. So, but I just got my butt in gear a little bit more. So you guys need to come up with a time to be able to do this game here.
Well, the unfortunate thing is you posted up, you had it ready when I wasn't on a weekend off.
Yeah.
This is my weekend off, and you delayed. Give me 2 weeks, and I'll have another weekend off.
You'll be in there 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Greg, did you hear that?
Yeah,
Have to
as
work
long as
next
it's before, the going to March to Victory or after, whenever, just let me know.
2 weeks is well before, I believe.
We're gonna go ahead and hop off though, you guys. Chris,
Why?
thank you for having us on, man.
Oh
Why?
yeah,
Just run.
And Reese, good luck with that. McMurray,
Thanks.
right on. We'll have to figure out how we can survive Brian's diabolical mind.
we'll figure something out.
Hey, see, I might see if Keegan want to get involved or get another player involved.
Do we get like renown and whatnot for winning that last game?
I could do that if you want.
Hey, I want to step away for 5, maybe 10 minutes. I'll be back.
All right.
Brian, are you serious about maybe running through this?
The game you got?
Yeah, like tonight.
That's up to. This is Chris's hangout, man. So it's up to.
You
I
need
mean,
another
if you're all
person.
serious about it, I'll give it a run through. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, good night, Greg and Ashley.
No.
take care,
All
guys.
right,
See you
guys.
Jump it on
Have a
tonight.
good night.
And now there's only 3.
This is a lot of fucking Martians, guys. Good lord.
You look like you had some gargoyles there too.
Me?
Yeah, some flying looking gargoyle.
Oh yeah. So those are crag Martians. Those are the high Martians, the ones that live way up in the mountains.
Okay.
They don't have firearms or much metallurgy to speak of, but they control the liftwood forests. And they, are pretty mean dudes. But they
And this
fly,
is-
so I've got like landed and flying guys for them.
And this is
So,
for your March to Victory game, right?
Yep.
Richard Keenan says I'm still here, building some Oathmark goblins with spears.
Oathmark.
Nice.
Outstanding. Panther Shadow says, "Let's see him, McMurray."
Hang tight. Let me finish with. I'm doing their hair. Let me finish it up, and then I'll
My
hand it
head.
around for you guys.
Yeah, he's saying, hey man, I don't believe it anymore. You need to show.
That's fine.
That's what he's saying, dude.
I certainly will.
Yeah, you show it.
And then you'll see them on Wednesday too, guys. You get run on over to the Analog Hobbies Painting Challenge, where I'm beating Brian by approximately 400 points.
Hey, twice now I've been gypped 40 points, man.
Okay, when I'm beating Brian by approximately 360 points.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Or I just understand how to write up my bonuses.
Speaking of painting challenges, like I said, I'm
oh,
going to do my March painting challenge. And I'm going to go with McMurray's idea, and we're painting the distance.
painting the distance. How are you gonna do it?
You don't have to give a goal if you don't want to. Just at the end of the challenge time frame, you'll add up all of the models that you painted. And if it's an infantry type or a foot soldier type character like this guy here, he's a 28 millimeter miniature, so he's worth 28 millimeters of distance. If it's one of these guys,
What are you holding up, Chris?
6 millimeter Confederate cannoneer, artilleryman. He's worth 6 millimeter worth of distance. Now, if it is a vehicle, you get the amount of distance the length of the vehicle without the tube is. So one of these, although it is a 3 millimeter tank, the scale is 3 millimeter, it's roughly, 6 millimeters long? No, 10 millimeters long? Something like that.
Oh, damn, I'm painting 3 mil tanks. They paint up way the fuck faster than 10 mil figures.
So you'll get 10 millimeters for them. 15 millimeter tank, it's a 15 millimeter tank is closer to what?
It depends. I mean, you got anything from LV-33s to,
Yeah,
Tog
like a
2s.
Sherman.
So,
A Sherman hull is what, about
I don't know, 50,
75
60
millimeters
millimeters.
long? What's
What?
that?
I said, I don't know, 50, 60 millimeters probably.
Yeah, somewhere along in there. So that's how many millimeters you get towards your distance.
So paint tanks, folks.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. And like mutts, they don't have to be new unpainted figures. If you've got figures that you need to finish, get them finished. And by finished, they have to be, based and fully painted to the extent that they need to be painted to be playable on the table. So, for instance, this is being counted as finished because it's one of my M60s, my 3 millimeter M60s. It's painted, it's washed, it's based. That is as good as it's going to get for me to play a game with it on the table. So, if you got a lot of guys like this that are partially painted, get on it, finish them up. So there you have it. Like I said, you don't have to give a goal at the beginning or anything like that. You don't have to show me the models that you're wanting to paint beforehand. We're just going with it. We're just gonna so it's cavalry the length of the horse. So I think what I'm going to do for cavalry is
Probably
it's going to be
double. That's pretty fucking standard, to be honest with you.
What, double? Yeah.
That's
I was going to
that was my
basically say
suggestion.
what's the height of the model with the horse and the rider.
Oh, there you go.
So I need that weird German figure that's standing on the saddle shooting his rifle.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, if you want to do like 37 of those. Go ahead.
What kind of green I need here? Painting, McMurray.
What?
I'm painting.
You are?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. Painting.
Excuse me.
Let's see. How green is this dude gonna be?
So last weekend on Brian's painting chat, or was that last weekend or 2 weekends ago? It was last like Monday, I think. Whenever that was.
Yeah.
I hammered out those 30 English bad guys, remember? Those were pretty cool. And then I halfway by accident wound up with 2 Old Glory War of the Roses longbowmen in livery packs.
Yeah.
And discovered an English nobleman of the time named John Harrington, who was a Yorkist. So now there's a single pack of Billmen on the way,
Nice.
which will allow me to make like 6 units of Bow and Bill. To then help out with a rather large-scale ongoing War of the Roses project Tim's running with again. So that'll be cool. Those should be entertaining to paint up. They should be fun. That being said, that's another one of those projects that's not going to be a that's not going to be a single batch paint because that's going to be 90 miniatures. So that ought to be interesting. Deciding how I'm going to do that. Whether I batch paint those in their units of 15 or something else, I don't know. But yeah. Because basically it'll be a base of 5 archers, a base of 5 billmen, and then a base of 5 archers on the other flank of the billmen to make a rather suitable for Hail Caesar unit of bow and bills. Should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Jim and a couple other guys around here have already been painting up a whole bunch. Tim doing Yorkists, and actually another guy named Tim mainly doing Lancastrians. So it's interesting because it's a period of history I've never really given a shit about.
There's a lot to it, isn't it? That's like part of the, what was you said, the War of the Roses or something?
Yeah, it's 30 solid years of war.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. It's one of those, like, I realize that English folks, like Brits and actually a lot of Europeans, are really into our Civil War.
Yeah.
I've
Because
just
they didn't have to fight it.
Well, I mean, I get that, but like, I don't give a shit about the English Civil War or the War of the Roses to a certain extent, or the
But look at how
Wars.
many Americans love like Napoleonics, though.
Not as many as love ACW.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
Honestly, when it comes to Napoleonics, I have basically zero interest outside of the peninsula, though, being real honest. Like, I don't need to mess with, 30 years of relatively unending, gigantic, colossal battles on the continent where, oh, this time, whose side are the Austrians on this time? Okay. And whose side are the such and such on this time? Oh, okay. I couldn't care less, man. European territorial conflicts that don't involve us at all really just don't do much for me.
Right.
The peninsula is interesting because it adds a whole bunch of different dimensions to what's going on. But I like, guys going about Eylau and Jena and Austerlitz and all these other spots, and I just couldn't. I don't give a shit, man. And I don't mean to sound like a dick. It's one of those things that I've tried to get into. I realize that I have zero motivation or desire to ever paint those miniatures. And maybe that's partially why, because I know if I get real into the history, I want to paint the miniatures, and I'm not painting those miniatures. Facings are already the devil, and that many different facings on different uniforms for different. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But whatever. If I want to play Napoleonics, I'll either find somebody who has 15 mil Napoleonics based up for like Age of Eagles, or I'll play 2 mil or something. Because I do actually take it back. I do have 2mm Napoleonics because I painted up the pieces for Perry Travel Battles in 2mm to replace the like 18mm miniatures that are in there.
Yeah.
Because A, I glued them onto their bases before painting them, which really means you then can't paint them. And B, the 2 mil I think looks a lot better on that scale. Especially since I took the time to like flock the boards and everything and paint the boards. But yeah. And they do look cool on the table. I'll be the first one to admit. They look pretty good on the boards, but yeah. Okay, I have 7 more Martians to put the hair onto. Thank Jesus. Come on.
Hurry up.
Shut up. What are you painting 1 miniature at a time right now?
Yeah.
I remember when I first started doing this. That was cool. Back in the day when I painted up enough miniatures for like 1 game over the course of a year. Yeah, it was sweet.
I know when the leftover Greeks are sitting over there just waiting.
The leftover Greeks from your first box?
Yeah, I got caught up doing the painting these westerns right now, man.
Fair.
Squirrel.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty more Greeks where they came from for you.
Oh, I know. And then I'll do a video saying, look at them all painted. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and...
Then I will comment asking about your mythic or mortal gods guys and your Spartans, because you want that Spartan starter set too, didn't you?
Yeah, I got all those Spartans. Yeah, that's the next biggie.
So
April,
what was that?
April, I will be doing Romans.
Are we going to do another Roman painting
Always
show?
in April.
That's when we did our last one, April 2 or 3 years ago.
When the Romans were, yeah. Around.
For the birthday, baby.
Yep.
Telemachus wanted to know if I painted eyes on my tanks. Dude, I don't even paint eyes on my 28mm stuff, so no. Percy asked about the cavalry, and Telemachus says, because they had easy access to models for ACW. Yeah, I would say that's a fair fact.
Oh, for the UK folks?
Yeah.
There's like a big British maker of ACW stuff or something?
I mean, there's Airfix and whatnot that have made it forever in the 20 years plastics.
Yep. True facts there. Now, what are you painting up there, Brian?
Kevin Costner.
That's right.
Open range. He'll be done here, I'd say, give me 20 minutes. I am a diehard speed painter. I love the speed paints, and I don't think I'll, I still use the regular paints for some stuff, but I just want to paint and get them on the table. So, this was made for me.
Hey, Mutt.
Yo.
I need you to send me a message with your address
Why?
and your shirt size,
It's
please.
top secret, dude.
That's why I said I need you to send me a message.
The
All
Taco
right.
Bell in Gilbert, Arizona, shirt size 3XL.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna say that the Taco Bell in Gilbert, Arizona, has all of his vital statistics.
I mean, they probably do, but I mean, you could also probably use it as a PO box for him.
Listen.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Only go to Taco Bell when you know what.
I'll address it. The guy who mows gravel at Gilbert
Most
Taco
crap.
Bell.
No, you got to label it most valuable customer.
Oh, there you go.
Number
You guys
one customer.
I just screwed up on his chaps. Thanks a lot, dudes.
What'd you paint an ass in him?
No.
Why do people call them assless chaps when, by definition, chaps don't have an ass?
Whatever, man. It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of stuff like that, and it's because chaps don't have asses in them. But yeah,
Tell you what, it's a good color for blue jeans or whatever is the runic gray.
What,
Is that-
Gray?
Yeah, it has a little hint of blue in it.
Runic, you said?
Yeah, runic.
I use the Vallejo photo reconnaissance unit sky blue, and then go over the top of it with a dark navy blue.
Yeah.
see, Brian's Cowboys are wearing stonewashed jeans like Brian used to back in the day. That's what he's failing to tell us.
Dude,
Or acid wash, sorry.
they were the bomb.
I
The
know,
real
man. You
question
still have a
is-
closet full of them. I love them. I'm looking forward to
Hey,
seeing them.
don't forget the sweat stains on the chaps from somebody who's worn them for more than 8 hours a day. They're not comfy and they're very hot.
And you think I'm gonna
And
get
don't
that
forget the
detail.
other stains on the back.
Yikes.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help that one. You're in a saddle for however many hours a day. Sometimes you got poop real bad.
It ain't comfy. It is not comfy.
There's the reason why they're called saddle sores.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying not to buy any miniatures right now that don't fit my theme. This guy just sent me an offer for 25% off some U.S. Marines and Chinese volunteers for the Chosen Reservoir.
Don't do it.
I know.
Crap.
It's really
There's a
not
trap!
It's really not a bad price.
Yeah, but you need to be saving your money for going to tabletop when we're in Kansas City.
You're right. 'Cause I got to go to Tabletop and I got to go to Game Cafe.
Tabletop.
It's a legitimately phenomenal gaming store in Overland Park, Kansas. That's got a lot of British
I
gaming
can't
stuff.
turn it down. It is the offer is too low. I cannot turn that down. Boom, done.
It is quite outstanding. So there's like all the Renedra terrain, whether it's the houses, the fences, the tents, all of it. Stuff like that you can't find anywhere in a brick and mortar in the U.S. that they import on their dime and then sell in house, and it's quite outstanding. They've got Perry stuff, they've got Victrix stuff, and it's all just on the wall, man.
You know, I might see if I can get Corsair Leader from them this time if they have it.
The DVG game.
Yeah.
Do you want to just order it at Miniature Market? I'll pick it up and bring it to you.
No, but maybe. It's not in the budget right now, but we'll talk.
No, my point is that makes it far more budget friendly.
Right, that is very true. The problem is I don't know if I'd actually play it.
Beats me,
Have you
man.
played it?
I have not played it. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of some of DVG's solos.
Gotcha. I've heard good things and I've heard mixed things. But
I mean,
Corsair Leader, and is it Zero Leader?
there's a bunch of them. There's
Those,
Zero
those,
Leader.
are, the- those are the two that actually hold my
There's
interest.
B-17 Leader is where I got my first 1/600 aircraft, actually,
Nice.
because I found they had a B-17 Leader miniatures pack from Tumbling Dice that was like $5 discount. Like that was the whole ass price. And so I picked that up, and yeah, it was pretty outstanding. All right, Warbutt.
Hold on.
Oh, goodness. You
Kinds of flying guys in 2 different altitudes, as well as there's the landed hill Martians, or one batch of them. So these come in packs of 20, right? So 10 are flying, 10 are grounded. This is 2 packs of flyers and 1 pack of grounded. And then there's another 20 something hill or canal Martians down here. Those are these guys. That's a special figure that is not in either of those packs. That guy in the center with the gold armor. He's going to be my Martian head commander.
The horse type thing, or the
Nope, the
standing
guy
with
on the
sword?
guy on the Gashin. He's in all of them.
Okay.
That guy right there.
All right.
But
Cool.
so that's part 2 of my Martian guys.
There's a lot of fucking Martians.
It is.
It is a while.
But all right, I'm done with the zooming there. But there you go, Brian. RB.
You know what? Don't show me your miniatures until they're based, all right?
Then don't bitch and complain that I'm not showing them to you.
Nice little pause there. Eh?
I was trying to figure out how to do that with a minimum on the obscenity.
So,
And in a way that we don't lose viewers and or a co-host. All right,
Yeah,
with
the
that,
false
I'm gonna go eat something I'm gonna grab something to eat real quick.
so, are you doing, Chris? Are you gonna be doing that 24-hour craziness?
Yeah, the first weekend of March. I think I'll start. I think I'm gonna start around noon Saturday morning, go until noon on Sunday.
I'll join, but I'm not doing a 24-hour thing, and that killed me.
That's fine.
I'll be on for part of it.
Yeah.
So there is a completed battalion headquarters.
Cool. So deedle.
Now,
My guys could wear your tanks as roller skates.
yes, they could.
Sure, buddy.
There's actually a little bit more to it. To a armored brigade battalion headquarters than that, but let me see here. I'm not finding what I'm looking for. Oh, I had all this shit put together. No, that's not it. Oh, here we go.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so the battalion headquarters Yeah, headquarters, battalion headquarters company would have the 3 tanks plus 1, 2, 3, 4 Jeeps, 3 of them with trailers, 3 deuce and a halves with trailers, a Gamma Goat, an M577, and a uh, a 4-wheeled wrecker. Walkout Games is back. Chris Long
Hey,
says, I'm
Mike.
back. Dinner took way too long. And he says, hey, Mutt.
Hey, what?
Good to see you, buddy.
And Gordon says, nice to your miniatures, Mr. McMurray. And
Outstanding.
he likes my tanks also. Did you see my headquarters battalion, McMurray?
Uh huh.
All right.
Like my tractor.
You can. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but it does look a little different. The round bases aren't quite as green as the hexagonal base. But you know what? That's okay. Not a big deal. We can live with it. I'm not going to complain for, getting sponsored. Take care, Percy.
Wiley, the game's
You
simple.
good, Percy?
And Chris Long says he's back to painting red shirts.
Chris Long could just
Says
stop.
he can't wait to get his Pico armor.
How long does it take to get Pico armor in Canada?
As long as it takes, I don't know.
I just know the stupid customs is a pain.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Chris Long says no idea, but he'll knows, eventually. I would say soon enough, but it might not be soon at all.
dun, 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 dun. Okay.
He says 3 weeks lately to get letter post. Shit, sometimes it takes 3 weeks for me to get a check from a customer that mailed it from one county over. We bitch about our postal service here in the United States, but I mean, yeah, it's 80, what is it now? 89 cents to send first class letter. That's 1 ounce or less. But that's anywhere in the United States, including Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands. I mean, to be honest, that's not bad. So, I suspect it's a lot more expensive in other countries. Chris Long says ours is ranked one of the worst in the Western world. How much does it cost to send what's the equivalent of an ounce in Canuck world? 10 grams? Is that about right? How many grams in in an ounce.
All right, tone it down. If you want to start smoking weed, that's fine, but you don't have to do it live on air.
Oh, 28 grams. Okay.
What are we doing?
Kurt's
I
just
was
trying to
figuring
figure
it
out
out.
Skip buying his ounce of weed.
Yeah, no. I was wondering because our mail, first class mail, 1 ounce or lower cost 69, 68, 69 cents. First class. I was wondering what it was in
How much is a stamp right now?
69 cents.
Are you kidding me?
69.
It seems like I remember them
Yeah.
being 35 cents at one point.
Yeah, they used to be 3 cents also. They used to be a penny.
Yeah, but I mean, like, while I was alive, not like it was a super long time ago.
Correct.
Yeah, and the reason why I am so in tune with the cost of mailing letters is I send out anywhere between 10 and 30 a day. And we have had a first class postage increase 4 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah, postage has gotten crazy.
It says a small parcel to the U.S. is not bad, $10 to $15. It costs double that to send it to my own country. In my own country, it's stupid.
I should have bought a pallet of Forever stamps like 5 years ago and resold them. Not that that's legal, but
I was about to say, yeah, then you could get arrested by the fucking USPS because that's a thing.
hey, I mean,
Well,
I would be the one to get taken out by the postal service of all people.
Yeah.
which is crazy because they're not even an actual governmental entity. It's the postal service in the United States is weird.
Correct.
It's a non-governmental entity that is required
Monopoly?
by
That is a government protected monopoly?
Yeah, basically.
No, I mean, it quite literally is a government protected monopoly. You can't send letters or media mail through their service. It's fucking illegal.
Is there really?
Yeah, it's why you can't send a letter through, like, just a normal sized letter through UPS.
Oh, which is why they have UPS Smart Post.
You
I
can't.
mean, you can, but it doesn't.
If UPS does it knowingly, it's fucking illegal. It's the dumbest shit on earth. Maybe not the dumbest shit on earth, real dumb.
Because I've had lawyers send me letters in a FedEx overnight.
So the way my dad
Yes,
used to work,
when it's more than an ounce or it has to be certified, that's something different.
but
you
the
can't
way that you can
send
do
out-
it through FedEx Smart Post, where FedEx takes it and then makes sure it gets through the mail, and then FedEx delivers it.
I'm aware of that. The fact of the matter is, you can't send out, your one-page ad circulars or anything else
Right.
like that through FedEx because it is illegal,
Right. Yeah.
which is
And
stupid.
Meandry Mike says first class mail is USPS only.
Correct. Regardless of everything else. Thank you, Mike. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's government, but it's not the government. It's required by the government to be a thing, but an employee of the United States Postal Service is not a government employee.
Huh.
Mary Mike says a letter and a package is a document package at package rates for UPS, DHL, FedEx, etc. Yeah, So yeah, you can't. They can't charge like 68 cents to send a single piece of paper in an envelope.
Oh, our postal service would run so much better though if you could.
Brian, what's your next thing you're painting after Old Boy, after Kevin Costner?
I'm doing some Zombicide runners.
Right,
You don't need any more fucking runners for Zombicide. You got plenty of those assholes.
These are toxic runners
Oh my lord.
where you have to only kill. It's advised to kill them by range.
Yeah, because if you kill them close in, they're like the fatties and they blow up and cause damage on you.
Yeah,
Lovely.
so awesome. Game is so dang simple, but yet now you gotta freaking think.
Oh, right.
Bree, how about you? How comes the painting for that thing? I know you were still working on it for quite some time.
What was that?
I said, how comes the painting for your game? I know you were still working on it this past Wednesday.
I'm still painting. I've got a bunch of North Vietnamese that I just primed this afternoon. I'm not nearly as far behind on it as I thought I was going to be. I still got all the civilians to do. Well, most of the civilians to do. But we'll see. No, Panther, I'm not putting this game on the channel. So,
I'll put it on the channel.
after March, I've got a campaign that I'm going to fight through on the channel, but my focus is going to be the convention until then. So.
Oh, McMurray.
Warm up?
You need to bust out one of those games
One of what games?
that we just recently played not too long ago.
At some point, yeah. Like I said, I got more coming, which will be cool, because then it'll be more than just cycling through the same few. But I don't know when it'll get here. I mean, it's irregular, so stuff usually gets here pretty quick. I got all kinds of weird shit coming from irregular this time, to be honest with you. But yeah. I think I've got these Martians going. I still have. I had to pause. I paused those 10 mil when we were wrapping up your things. I realized that I'd spent an absurd amount of time through January painting things that didn't count for your challenge, like buildings and a couple hundred 10 meters. So that was dumb. So I kind of set those like real hard aside. So once I knock these Martians out, I'm pretty sure I don't need to do much else in the way of Europeans. Although I do have those like 17 or 20 guys with the helmets are weird. They're like a combination. Like it's a pickle alba without the spike.
Oh, like a coal shovel.
Kind of, but then it also they're not anything that's hard historical, because then they also kind of look like they're Adrians. So, anyways, they're just generic like low sci-fi guys, but I do have those guys that I can paint up rather quickly and then chuck into this game if I need to. I just am not sure that I will. So that's good. Like I said, the big thing was I didn't want to get everything out on the dining room table until it was okay. These are done here are all the finished miniatures that I have. How am I organizing these into units and all that stuff? But yeah,
Oh, the motors have too much little doodads on them.
So, McMurray,
uh-huh.
you know what the great thing about this is?
What's that?
I've got my Pacific Island hex mat on the back of it.
Oh, nice.
So all I got to do is bring a box of 1/600 aircraft and we can play a pickup game if we need to.
That is badass. I ordered what do you call it? A tablecloth to try and do up like Wiley's done on the backside for a larger Mars mat.
Oh, nice.
Kind of little concerned. I've never really messed with it like that, but screw it. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. This is it was almost like a blanket fleece material. So I think I just throw it. I'm not going to, but I think if I absolutely need it, I can just throw it in the washer.
Yeah, man.
So hopefully it's color fast. How's your 1/600 aircraft coming? I know you had some for a while.
I mean, I still do. There's still a bunch that are painted. I wound up getting some for free at one of the Big Muddy days that they had out here.
Nice.
It was on a swap, take a project, leave a project
Yeah.
tables. So actually the same day I got all those 10 millimeter aircraft. I got a bunch in 1/600 also. So that's entertaining because they're just,
If you're ever looking for like unique / weird war / one-off aircraft for that, I think it's historicalboardgaming.com has Axis and Ally scale aircraft.
Yep.
And they make all kinds of weird ones. They're not always like to scale, but I mean they work.
yeah, that's where I got the flight stands. Yeah.
Yeah. They make really good P80 sculpts.
I have. I think you pointed it out. You pulled it out of the picture at one point in time. I have a P80.
Yeah, I mean it's a tumbling dice sculpt, isn't it?
It is. It was one of the ones in that pack, and I didn't know how. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to paint this thing? So I just painted it up like it was getting ready to fly over fucking Normandy.
Nice.
It's got the invasion stripes and stuff. It's green with invasion stripes. It's just kind
Love
of
Love it.
okay. Here we go. Yeah, sure, that works. Oh no, ME-262 P80.
You know, a couple of P80s actually flew over Italy.
Well, there you go, jackpot.
So there you go.
They just got really, really lost, like that B-17 Chris was talking about earlier.
So they were having some trouble. This has all been declassified recently. They're having some trouble with it. Is it the Rado Blitz, like the jet bomber?
Yeah.
They're having trouble with those doing reconnaissance over the friendly lines, and they didn't like that because they couldn't catch them. And so they brought in like 2 or 3 P-80s from the United States and just started flying like the interception routes. They never did contact each other, but our first jet-to-jet combat could have been over Italy in World War II.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
I think we need to do like Gloucester Meteors versus 262s because they just look dumb as hell.
Oh, that looked like some Buck Rogers stuff.
And by they look dumb as hell, I mean both of them look just goofy as all get out.
You want to do that at March to Victory?
I mean, I feel like we both have better things to do with our hobby time between then and now. But
I mean, I've got it done. That's what I'm saying.
no, sure, let's do it, man.
I was I'll bring it. If you want to play an hour-long pickup game or a 15-minute pickup game or whatever.
Absolutely. But we're using your quick play rules because I really like those and I want to learn how to play them better.
Yes,
I'm down for it.
We'll do it. Do Allied jets versus the German jets over the Pacific.
See, now that makes me wonder if I should be chucking Hitler into a rock. No, I'm not doing that. That takes up too much room.
Now, the 1-600 I can throw in a pencil box.
Accurate.
So,
I don't know. I like the look of the Meteor and the ME-262.
They just look so goofy compared to, you look at 109s and, the other planes of the era, and you have relatively similar, if not slightly different size airframes and everything else. And then you get those goobers.
Yeah. Now, I tell you what's crazy is the size of the P-47.
yeah, it's a tank.
That thing was huge in comparison.
Yep.
It was gargantuan.
It is all air intake and supercharger.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I think you could take some Meteors and Canberras and paint them up really goofy and use them as like retro sci-fi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Then again,
All right. What's that?
we could always play Chuck Yeager shoots down an ME-262,
In his P-51?
which shoots down in pretty hefty air quotes, but yeah. Like, he did shoot it down. It was technically in the air. It
Was
was
it-
not
it-
in.
It wasn't in combat. Wasn't it like taking off or landing or some shit like that?
Yes.
Hey, a kill's a kill.
Exactly. Which is why it's hilarious and awesome.
Who was the pilots that knocked down the MiG in the Skyraider?
What's up?
Who was the pilot that knocked down the MiG in the Vietnam War with the Skyraider or whatever it was?
I don't know. That sounds like some Robin Olds type shit, but I don't think it is.
It wasn't Robin Olds, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Olds was mainly in fighters, not.
Yeah. There were a couple guys that shot down a couple MiGs and Corsairs too.
That's pretty sweet.
Did
In
the
Korea?
did the Sea Fury get a kill on a MiG too, if I remember correctly? I could be wrong. I could be remembering that one wrong.
I'm not sure. I do know that there was one instance where a F-4, a Navy F-4, took damage over North Vietnam, and one of its engines crapped out, and so his buddy came up behind him, and he dropped his tail hook, and he lined up perfectly so the tail hook nestled between where the cockpit met the fuselage on the nose, and basically pushed him.
Pushed his buddy out over the Pacific.
Pushed him out over the ocean so he could. I can't remember if he ejected out over the ocean or if he actually made it back to the carrier.
Dumped in the water, but
That's insane.
Yeah.
the whole point, yeah.
The whole point is
You're not over North Vietnam.
you need me to get out and push.
You know, being wet for hell a few days at a time is better than living the next several years of your life in a tiger cage until you just die and get dumped in the jungle.
Yep. So,
Well, then there was the helicopter crew that was on a base in Laos, and they were getting attacked by some sort of like Russian biplane type transport aircraft that they converted to bombers.
That'd be an AN2 Cub.
Yeah, those weird looking things. So they grabbed a couple of AKs from the local mercenaries, jumped in a helicopter, chased down the aircraft, and shot it down with an AK-47.
Hell yes.
Because nothing says CIA/Air America like chasing down a biplane in a helicopter with an AK.
Correct.
Do what you got to do, man.
Dang, what's Bane playing?
Probably ESR.
Yeah, he's just the U.S. Civil War second edition.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, Bane. He just put down 4 minutes ago a big old hex encounter map. Yep, U.S. Civil War, GMT.
There you go.
Huh.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Way to do it, Mr. Bain.
Bane. Anyways, so got me
I
for 4 minutes. I'm crashing.
Call it.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a pull the trigger here. Call it a night. I am dead ass tired. Been up a long time today. So
Understood.
hope everybody enjoyed the chat. Hope everybody got some painting done. I did actually get some much needed work done on projects. So we'll see you on Wednesday night. If anybody has a particular topic they'd like us to discuss, let us know. So, and then, as always, until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.